In the canals of Xochimilco, south of Mexico City, there is an island that looks like a nightmare made real. An island where thousands of dolls hang from the trees, rotting, eyeless, twisted into impossible shapes, swaying gently, as if breathing in the wind. Visitors say the silence here feels unnatural, heavy, as if the island itself is holding its breath. And all of it began with one man, one tragedy, and a single doll floating in the water. Tonight we explore the chilling true story of the island of the dolls and the spirit that may still be waiting there. In the early 1950s, a man named Don Julián Santana moved to a small patch of land in the Xochimilco canals. He wanted isolation. He wanted quiet. He wanted a place where life slowed down. But the island he chose had other plans. One morning, as Julian tended to his crops, he saw something drifting along the water's edge. At first he thought it was debris, but as he got closer, he froze. It was the body of a young girl. She had drowned in the shallow water of the canal, quietly, without a sound, while no one was watching. Julian pulled her from the water, but it was too late. From that moment on, the island never let him forget her. A few days later, Julian began hearing things. Footsteps on the wooden planks, soft splashes near the edge of the water, a girl's voice crying. And then something floated down the canal, something small, something pale, a doll. One missing an eye, its hair tangled from drifting in the water. Julian believed it belonged to the girl, so he hung it from a tree, as a sign of respect. But that single doll didn't bring peace. It woke something up. Shadowy figures near the water. Whispers behind him at night. Something tugging at the corner of his shirt while he slept. Julian began to believe the girl's spirit was trapped on the island. Restless, lonely, angry. And so, he brought her more dolls. Damaged dolls, burned dolls. Dolls missing limbs, dolls with cracked porcelain faces. He gathered them from garbage piles, from canal, from anyone willing to trade. He hung them one by one, believing each one would calm her. But the more dolls he offered, the more activity he claimed to see. Years passed. The island transformed. What began with one doll became dozens, then hundreds, eventually thousands. Some hung from nails, some were tied with rope, some clung to branches like broken children. Visitors thought Julian had lost his mind, but he insisted, "It's not me who wants the dolls, it's her." The girl's spirit, he claimed, followed him everywhere, watched him from the trees, stood at the foot of his bed at night. He said she begged for more offerings, and he obeyed. By the 1990s, rumours had spread. Tourists, locals, and even reporters visited the island. Many left terrified. They described dolls turning their heads, even when the air was still. They heard giggling in the trees, saw dolls open and close their hands, felt invisible fingertips brush their skin. One visitor fainted after a doll's head snapped toward him. Another refused to return after hearing footsteps behind her on an empty pathway. Even researchers claimed the island felt alive. And through all of this, Julian insisted the girl's spirit was real, and she was growing impatient. Julian's family begged him to leave. He refused. The island, he said, needed him. The girl needed him. He spent his last years isolated, surrounded by thousands of staring eyes, each one a reminder of the spirit he believed he was protecting. Then in 2001, Julian's nephew came to deliver supplies. He found his uncle floating face down in the canal, in the exact same spot where the young girl had drowned decades earlier. Locals didn't call it a coincidence. They said the girl had finally taken him. Today the island remains just as Julian left it. Dolls rot slowly in the humid air. Eyes fall out. Limbs drop into the mud. But they're never moved, never touched. Visitors say they feel watched. They hear laughter near the trees. Dolls turn on their own. The island grows silent when they arrive. Something follows them along the paths. Some people run back to their boats. Others refuse to step off the dock. The island doesn't welcome everyone. but it never forgets. So if you ever visit the island of the dolls, remember this: it wasn't built to scare people. It was built to keep something calm. And if a doll turns toward you, just keep walking. Subscribe for more real horror stories. New videos every week.